So I understand that you want to drop your major because you're feeling stressed.
Yeah, I've been very stressed out lately.
Okay, tell me more about it.
My school is more like a full-time job, and it's not like really school anymore. Feels like.
Okay, are you still eating, sleeping the correct amount of time?
Like how much?
Usually, on average, people want to sleep 6 to 8 hours.
I get like 5 or 6 every night because I go to bed so late now and I wake up so early.
Okay, what is your schedule like?
I go to school at 8. I go to school till 3 o'clock. I go to class all day, and so I just like have like a couple breaks in the day and then lunch, but like that's really it.
Okay, and as far as I know, you're starting clinicals, correct?
Yeah, I started clinicals this week, and so those are like start at 6 a.m. and they go till 2, and you only get like a really short lunch break for those.
Okay, and with my understanding, you have to study quite a bit after school as well, right?
Yeah, I go home and I have to study for like 2, 3+ hours just to catch up on the material, and that's not including like studying for tests or anything.
Okay, tell me about the changes that you've made from high school and your prereqs from the beginning of the quarter this year to now, since you've started the nursing program.
My beginning prereqs, I just kind of I would study for a little bit every day, but I didn't have to study as much as I did before. But now I have to study an immense amount and go to school way more, and it still doesn't feel like you're doing as well in the tests as you were in your prereqs versus studying not that much.
Okay, do you challenge with change, like from going from something that was relatively easy for you to now something more challenging? Are you being challenged by that change now?
Well, in my prereqs, I had to keep, since I was in the direct entrance program, I had to keep a certain GPA or like percentage in each class, so that was like somewhat challenging, but not as much as in now, because now the classes are way harder and you have to keep a higher percentage, and so it always feels like even if you do well on a test, you're never doing well enough to be secure in your spot. You're always like in fear of losing it.
Okay, so you're always feeling that stress from school and all the pressures from school. Are you feeling any other, are you feeling any other stressors from other parts of your life? Family, friends?
Well, no, my family is very supportive and so are my friends, but my family is very encouraging on doing this whole program, and they want me to succeed, but they didn't go to college, so they don't understand how hard it is and how much work it actually is, and that there is a chance that you won't succeed even at trying your best. They think that if you try your best, you'll be able to do it, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, do you feel stuck in your major then?
Yeah, I feel like at this point, it was never something I really wanted to do, but I never did not want to do it. It was kind of just something that like I decided to do, and there's nothing else I could see myself doing, but it's also not something I've always died to do. It was just kind of something I thought that I would do, and so I'm just doing it, you know?
Yeah, so do you have friends or a boyfriend or other people that you can go out and talk to just to relieve some of that stress?
Yeah, I live with 2 of my friends, and so that kind of helps to distract me from school sometimes, which is good and bad in some ways. I did have a boyfriend for a while, but then we broke up, and we broke up the beginning of my first quarter, and so that kind of was a huge change in my lifestyle as well, and so I feel like that was like definitely a stressor that added to my first quarter change.
So you're experiencing a lot of challenges and changes in your life right now. Do you feel like you're struggling with those changes? Do you feel like you want more steady and set things for each day?
I feel like my schedules, I know what I'm doing every day and I'm very organized, but I feel like I'd like something that's more stable, that I actually won't fail out of the nursing program, because I feel like I always am in fear of like not passing, and I'm always trying to find a backup plan on what to do in case I don't pass, instead of just like being confident that I might.
So Do you have any friends in the nursing program that you can talk about this? Because, excuse me. What I was saying is, do you have any friends in the nursing program that you could talk about this to? Because from my understanding, you said your parents don't always understand what it's like, and I'm sure not all your friends understand what it's like to be in college, and especially in such a hard major. So can you kind of confide in those people in the nursing program, or?
Somewhat. I don't know them that well because I just started this quarter. But I feel like whenever I do have study groups that I go to, and I do enjoy the people in the study groups, but I feel like now that I'm in the major, the age group varies a lot. So I have a lot of people who are a lot older than me, and I do get along with them very well, but they always do very well on the test. And like, I do well, but they always do super well, and so it's kind of like hard to confide in someone who doesn't really have the same issues that you have, you know? Also, like, I do a lot of other stuff outside of school, and they don't, and that's like their main focus, and so like we don't really have much other stuff in common.
Yeah, I understand that. So because of your so many things that you're juggling right now with your schedule, do you have a planner?
I have like a calendar for my nursing, but I don't have like an actual set planner now.
Okay. What is your goal and end goal from, you're starting with this issue of feeling so stressed that you want to drop your major. What's your end goal with our conversation?
Probably just insurance that I actually don't want to drop my major, and just figuring out ways in which I can feel less stressed out. Because I don't necessarily want to drop my major, but I also don't want to be distressed either. So just figuring out ways to manage it, probably.
Okay, so I think one way to help you manage it and feel less stressed about how many things you have going on and stuff like that, I think we should get a planner and write down everything, not just school, but everything you have going on. I would write in study sessions, times with friends, write in what you have open for the day so you can plan to do something other than school and studying, so you still have that to relieve some of that stress.
Mm-hmm. Don't, no.
I'm so sorry, my cat's meowing. Do you, Oliver, stop. Oliver. I'm so sorry about that. Do you have any ways to cope with stress as of right now? Do you do anything when you're feeling super stressed?
No, I work out, but that's not as often as I'd like. I think that like I've gone to yoga once, and that was kind of fun. So maybe like that would be good.
Okay. Yeah. Are you interested in music? Does that sometimes help you?
Yeah.
Running, baking. There's a lot of different things that we could brainstorm.
I enjoy all of those things.
Okay.
Shopping.
So maybe shopping. Maybe let's plan. Before next session, let's plan to try some of those things out when you're feeling really stressed. In between study breaks, you can have a 10-minute break where you just listen to music, or you can have an hour break where you go and work out, try and relieve some of that built up stress, and then go back to studying afterwards. Or baking, because you need to fuel yourself to be able to apply yourself 100% to your nursing program. I 100% believe in you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all your support.
You're welcome. So overall, let's keep those goals. Let's try and commit to those goals. So get a planner, and then plan into those stuff that you're going to do when you're feeling stressed in between studies and whatnot, what we discussed earlier. And let's meet next week and see how that worked out for you this week.
Okay.